Yo, man, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, McCann, AK, Mr. Night Program, and today's video, man. We got St. Louis takes a hit. Disaster 30 Deep Grimy. You guys know, man, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, and share, man. Let's get it.
Cali, you know, I'm from St. Louis. Ain't nobody unloading their weapons in St. Louis. Everybody beef for everybody. It's like, in our city, ain't no loyalty, ain't no unity. Niggas just running around. No, that's how it goes. Ain't no structure in my city. Being a rapper, shit, it comes with a lot of being a rapper. You gotta stand on your shit. See, I'ma die about my shit, man. I ain't going, I'm going, I think I told my mom, she said, when I came to St. Louis, she said, you going out there with that chain on? You know niggas out here hungry, niggas ain't got shit. I said, mama, next time, if a nigga try to reach, next time you see me, I'm either gonna be dead or I'm gonna be, I'm gonna have long ass dreads tatted from my motherfucking forehead to my feet, cause I'm.
English rapper is headed to prison on charges. Arthur Presley, also known as 30 Deep Grimy, was already a convicted felon when he was caught with a gun. After getting caught, he tried to falsify a bill of sale to try and prove that the gun was in fact somebody else's.
Hey yo squad, what's the drill? Back with another video, man. St. Louis has been fairly quiet in terms of the musical mainstream, even the underground for a little while now. However, there was a glimpse of hope to bring the city back on the map, none other than Mr. 30 Deep Grimy. A few years back, he was really starting to bubble on the underground, and it looked like his future was hella bright. But you know the street rappers that don't blow up quick tend to get caught in the street trap. It seems like if you don't catapult to the mainstream quickly, you might have to dwell in the terror dome a little bit more than you might like. This leaves rappers vulnerable to the grips of the law without much clout or collateral to make the law work in their favor. In a recent trial for a strap charge after being painted as a gang mastermind by the prosecution, the judge slammed the gavel and gave bruh 7.5 years in prison. In modern terms, that's
It's crazy. I feel like when people are trying to become a rapper, it's like they can't really put the street shit aside. I don't know why, but I mean.
It's a hell of a dagger to a rapper's career and relevancy if they weren't a mainstay in the upper echelon of the industry. But just who really is 30 Deep Grimy? How did he get to this point? Is there any hope he can get out ahead of schedule and save his career? We're gonna find out. So without further ado, let's skip the play and get down to business. 30 Deep Grimy was born Arthur Presley in St. Louis, Missouri on August 21st, 1997. His parents weren't always together, so he grew up having to spend time with them both separately. But hey, at least he had both parents.
Had your mom, your dad.
Yeah, shit, man. Even though your parents are together, at least in a sense, you get to still see them. You're just not together, you know what I'm saying?
I had, I was in my mama's household, but back and forth with my daddy, but my daddy, he always been in my life type shit. He ain't never. So I ain't one of them niggas that, oh yeah. Yeah, he was there.
That was a blessing within itself. By default, he was the man of the house, living with his mother and 3 half-sisters on his Ma Duke side. But the Grimy, those sisters are his whole sisters as far as he's concerned. Bruh really a family man.
Okay, and you have 3 sisters.
Yeah, on my mama's side.
So these are all 3 half-sisters, right?
Nah, they like whole sisters though. Like when we come from like half, that mean whole too.
According to Grimy, when you grow up in St. Louis, you didn't choose the streets chose you. By the looks of it, it ain't many people that the streets didn't choose though.
When I was a kid, like you can't, in St. Louis, you don't choose the streets, the streets choose you, you know, like everybody in the street. Like, even if you don't want to be, you can walk outside trying to go to work, you'll be in it right there.
I mean, the streets greedy like that. It's a straight up dot for real. Grimy's pops ended up hitting the block to provide and was in an.
That's true, but I feel like there's always a way to not be in the streets. I feel like there's always a way really to not be in the streets, but I don't know, man. I don't really know. I feel like there's really is always a way to a different path, not in the street, maybe some sports, but also that is true. I feel like if you grew up in that, I feel like it's really hard for you really not to be in that
and out of jail, but never spent too long locked up at one time. Eventually, he was able to get himself off the streets and got his own business. But for most of Grimy's childhood, he recalled his dad being in them streets. Because of that, his father had a bit of guilt and realized the error in his ways.
Did your dad try to keep you out the streets? Or is this something like, well, I know that you're gonna get into it regardless, so let me kind of give you some pointers?
Both. I can't even lie, both.
He felt the pressure of the hood, so he wanted to apply a different kind of pressure to his son. positive pressure. That man stayed on Grimey's case about staying off the block as much as he could, but the streets had different plans. By the age of 8 or 9, 30 had already seen a lifeless body and street drama.
Yeah.
You know, 7, 8, 9.
Can you say what that was?
Priceline has all
That's
these
crazy.
amazing deals.
That's actually crazy that he was 8 or 9, seeing a lifeless body right there. Yeah, see, that's kid like 8, 9. You're not supposed to be seeing that, bro. That's crazy. You're not supposed to be seeing that.
It was a bad thing, like the baddest thing. like I witnessed a bad thing. I don't really want to say, but you know what I'm getting.
He was too far gone. Although he doesn't remember the exact age when he jumped off the porch, he definitely knows he was too young to be doing so. By the time Arthur hit the pavement 10 toes down, gang life was already too familiar with him. Up to this point, bruh has been the member of the 6 Deuce Crips for as long as he can remember. Normally associated with LA, the Crip set found his way to St. Louis after the Crip members got arrested in the city and decided to stick around once getting out. This is one of the original gangs that made a mark on St. Louis culture. The wild part is, Grimey claims that most of his family have been down with the set at one point or another. Everybody from his pops, Ma Dukes, even his grandma.
My mama a Deuce, my daddy a Deuce. Originally.
Crazy.
Oh, so your mama bangs too?
I mean, not no more. She had kids and shit now, but like, shit don't come off you, you know? Like, what you...
Yeah, see, if your whole family bangs and all that, then you most likely will do the same thing, bro. Most likely, bro. And unless like you're good at sports and they just want you to focus on sports. But if you're doing none of that, then yeah, you most likely will be in the streets, like for real.
Put the shirt on, it's there, but shit. I mean, she gave that lifestyle love for me. She said I saved her when she had me. She had me at 17, but my granny a Deuce.
Your grandmother.
My granddaddy, they
6 dudes.
they helped start the neighborhood shit.
Yeah, goodness. Despite this affiliation, Grimey admits he never really was taking it too seriously. He also admits that one of his best friends is a blood now, so he ain't really tripping on the animosity between the two rivals. In his mind, if you're an op, no matter the flag. Before he was old enough to buy a pack of cigarettes, Grimey got caught with a gun and was arrested by an officer on a mission to prove a point. After the years, he's ended up with 2 felonies, that one and another one for firing a weapon out of a moving vehicle. Grimey pled guilty so that he could qualify for probation, but eventually he got caught breaking that and was locked up for around a year total. The sad part about this jail time was while he was locked up behind bars, he lost his brother to street drama and was unable to attend his funeral as a result of the county deeming him a flight risk.
Even if I could just go see him, glance at him before the funeral and go back to jail, you know, none of that. They weren't going. High risk type shit, you know?
How old was your brother when he got killed?
I mean, I understand probably high rate just because I understand he's in the crew and all that. He's in the streets, but I mean, that's his brother, man. Let him see him, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, once his brother got killed, he just want to see him at the funeral, bro. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, but family's family, bro. Like, I understand we get locked up, but something happens to a family, but at least let them go see the family.
I'm about 18.
Okay. He was shot or something else?
He was killed.
Okay. How bad did it affect you when you found out?
Very bad.
It was a particularly difficult time in Grimey's life. Not only was he locked up, but he couldn't grieve correctly because getting caught tearing up in prison or the streets would make you look weak.
How the cookie come?
You just cried in your cell, man.
Fuck no, I ain't crying.
At that point.
I ain't crying.
You didn't cry when your own brother got killed?
Probably a year after, some shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Like that type of pain, it hurts so much, like it don't hurt, like it hurt, but you don't really got no feelings for the shit else after that. You know, like, normally we don't cry in the street.
See, that's the one thing I really feel like they do cry, but they cry like when they by themselves. But also I feel like once you're in the streets, I feel like once you like, when people around you are dying and they're dropping bodies, I feel like you just get used to that. You just get used to that and you're just numb to it where it doesn't really faze you as much.
You let niggas see you cry, you let niggas see you weak and vulnerable, nigga test that gangster, you know?
When bruh really hit the streets, 30 Deep decided to pull a classic move so many street rappers are known for. He decided to take rap seriously. The first time he decided to spit some bars was in his early teens with his friends and his cousin. At first, he called himself Lord Arthur. Not quite the thugged out name you would be expecting, huh? But he would soon switch it up to Grimey, which was a name that he earned on the street.
Growing up, doing what you do, I went from LA, which stands for Little Arthur, to Grimy, doing shit in the streets. Like, that little dude, Grimy. And it just stuck. Motherfucker, Grimy. Like, Grimy, you know?
He eventually decided to add 30 Deep to his name to represent how deep him and his crew would roll around the way.
30 deep?
Yeah, going to the skating ring when we was kids, we used to go to the skating ring about 30, 40, 50 deep.
That's crazy.
As my guy started hitting the booth more and really putting in that work, he would link up with his neighborhood homie, NWMC Murder. They would drop their joint mixtape Splash Brothers in December of 2019. The tape
Looks like you won something there.
That's actually crazy, okay, that's actually crazy.
buzzing more locally and beyond thanks to the success of the songs like No Cap and Grimey's solo song Dead Goofies. The latter, which was released before the tape, took off due to the gritty video full of straps, grills, and very specific disses to his enemies. The visual currently sitting at about 6 million YouTube views. I can say that this video is how I personally discovered him, and I've been tuned in ever since. Even with how menacing the video is, it was hella evident that 30 Deep Grimy really could rap for real. After the success of that, he chose wisely to take the momentum and run with it, dropping songs like Grim Reaper Flow with NLE Chopper and King Von. Then he collaborated with Maxo Cream for Handicap Crippin'. After finding success,
a song with King Von. Damn, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Mr. Grimey decided to move away from St. Louis so that he could further concentrate on his music. This was most definitely a smart move and showed a lot of foresight on his part. Unfortunately, you could take a rapper out the street, but you can't take the street out the rapper. He would end up getting in trouble with the law in 2021, and this incident would have a long-lasting effect on his life and freedom. Recently, prosecutors with the U.S.
That is true, bro. You can take the rapper, you know what I'm saying, out the streets, but you can't take the streets out the rapper, bro. See, that's the thing. If they don't know how really to take the streets out themselves, that's what they usually go back and then they'll mess up.
U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Missouri said Arthur Presley, who goes by the stage name 30 Deep Grimy, was a felon in possession of a firearm when he was pulled over on the night of January 5th, 2021. Presley and others were in a 2008 Pontiac G8 when a St. Louis police officer stopped the vehicle because the car had a tail light out and had a license plate that was registered to a Jeep. While searching the vehicle, police found a Beretta 92 FS9mm pistol between Presley and another passenger. As a part of his plea deal, Presley admitted to having a strap multiple times between October 4th, 2020, the day after it was purchased, and the date of the traffic stop. Investigators also found pictures of Presley and the strap on social media accounts belonging to Presley and his associates. Prosecutors said Presley was twice convicted of a charge of unlawful use of a weapon, making him a convicted felon. His trial took about 1.5 years to get started in 2023. Most sentencing hearings for felons in
1.5 years. Ah, man.
possession last around an hour, but his took all morning, starting at 9:30 a.m. and not wrapping up till around 2 p.m. The hearing was also more well attended than the average sentencing hearing. The recommended sentencing guidelines for Presley's alleged crime and his criminal history was between 41 and 51 months, but Assistant U.S. Attorney Cassandra Wiemken asked for Judge Stephen Clark to impose the maximum possible sentence of 10 years. Wiemken said that the longer sentence was warranted because Presley stayed with the heat allegedly and was a crew leader who had no respect for the law. During the hearing, the prosecution displayed photos posted to social media that showed Presley holding firearms. They also played excerpts from Presley's music videos, including one in which the rapper gets a simulated BJ outside of the very courthouse where the hearing was taking place. That's wild. My rap name is an image I have to portray. I have a certain type of fan base, Grimey told the judge. He added, I feel like I'm being targeted because of my rap name. I'm Arthur Presley. I'm a human being. This is indeed facts. It's easy to forget sometimes, but these rappers, regardless of the tough image, are indeed actual people. The problem lies in showcasing on social media and music videos.
And also, bro, when you do music and you're in the street, like, come on, bro, they ain't gonna go from your rap name, not your real dub name, you know what I'm saying?
When those images and videos match the music, and that music possibly reflects real life events, it makes it very easy for the court to rely on the fact that art can imitate life. It never applies to actors in Hollywood, but when it comes to rap, you already know. Anyways, Wymkin said that Presley's being a rapper was largely irrelevant. Aside from the music videos that seem to prove Presley did possess weapons despite a prior felony conviction making his doing so illegal, she said what should impact Presley's sentencing is that he was the leader of the so-called 30 Deep gang, whose members she alleged had committed assaults and other crimes involving illegal substances and physical drama. 30 Deep's attorney, Lenny Kagan, called the prosecutor's argument an unbelievable leap. Bruh was riding for real. He pointed out that when he was arrested, authorities searched him and 2 residences of his, finding no illegal substances or guns of any kind. This is your alleged gang leader, he said. He pushed back on the idea that 30 Deep Gang was even a gang at all, saying that it was all a brand with Presley's rap persona, not unlike Kanye West's Yeezy brand. When prosecutors played clips of Presley's music, they said that he was rapping about real crimes that his peers had committed. Kagan retorted that rapping.
But how would they know if that's what he's like, if these, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes people really be rap capping for real, but I mean, I'm just saying.
Refresh your
I'm gonna say
rhythm
he's
with
rap
trap.
capping, but I'm
About
saying people
something
be rap
doesn't
capping,
prove a
though.
person is involved in those activities. He also questioned why all this was even being brought up when Presley was being sentenced for the crime of being a felon with a firearm. Grimy felt like he was being put on trial for a homie or something. After deliberating in his chambers for more than 1 hour, Judge Clark returned to the bench to deliver the sentencing of 92 months.
English rapper is headed to prison on charges. Arthur Presley, also known as 30 Deep Grimy, was already a felon when he was caught with a gun. After getting caught, he tried to falsify a bill of sale to try and prove that the gun was in fact somebody else's.
He said that he determined that
7 years? So what, he probably was served about like 3.5, 4 years if on good behavior, I'm pretty sure.
30 Deep Gang had been a street gang and that Presley was its leader. I bet he really put some thought into that, huh? Yeah, right. This is Missouri we talking about. Out in the courthouse lobby prior to Judge Clark reading the sentence, Grimey's manager, Jeremy Phipps, who also goes by J. Phipps, highlighted the album Presley just dropped called Let Me In. I bet they wish they could switch that title up, huh, man? But he wants to be let into the industry. That's why it's called Let Me In, Phipps says. The songs on the album are based on everything he's feeling right now. For the album, Presley worked with the producer Ali Knock, who also was in the court supporting Presley. Me and him had a nice run together, and we will continue to have a nice run together, Ali Knock said. For some reason, I feel like the former is what he really meant. Bruh's manager is still very confident and said that Grimey is good and has 2 more albums on the way. You would think he would have more than that in the vault. Maybe he does, but we're gonna have to see. All I know is this is very unfortunate for the St. Louis spitter. I wish he got a bit more time in the spotlight. Maybe this situation would have never happened, or at least he would have had generated more clout to get income off of while on the inside. We all know he ain't gonna have to do all his time. He seems like a real one, so I know he gonna take the time on the chin and do what he gotta do. Bruh got hella talent and was on his way, but somehow the streets always catch up to these brothers, and it's really a shame. Free 30 Deep Grimy till it's backwards, man. In the meantime, all we can do.
Yeah, that's what I said. I feel like hip hop served half of that time anyway, but probably do they put him on house arrest or something like that. But yeah, that's something like rapper would do, man. It's been about my account. If you like that, like, subscribe, share, man.